Hi friends, how are you today? It's time for our second Bible story, and it is Sunday. That's why we're reading a Bible story. And so it's coming from the Early Reader's Bible. You remember the Bible song? Maybe we'll sing it at the end, but let's go to our story and let's see what it's going to be. This one doesn't have a table of contents, but our first story was God made many things. Now we're going on. Something bad, something sad. Adam was Eve's husband. Eve was Adam's wife. They had a good home. They had good food. They had many good things. They were never sad, but there was one thing they could not have. You must not eat the food on that tree, God said. That's the tree that God told them not to eat from. That was the one thing they couldn't have. For a long time, Adam and Eve did not eat from that tree. Then Satan talked to Eve. "It is good," he said. "You should eat some." Eve knew that God did not want her to eat from that tree. But the food looked good, and Satan said it was good. So Eve ate some. Adam ate some too. Then Adam and Eve knew that they had done something bad. God was sad. God was sad. "You ate the food I told you not to eat," he said. "Now you must go away from your home. Now you must work for your food." Adam and Eve were sad too. "We should have done what God told us to do," they said. And now, here are some questions. Number 1, have you done some things that you should not do? Doesn't matter what kind of things they are. Maybe you're not supposed to be getting snacks before it's time to eat dinner or lunch. Maybe you were supposed to put your toys away, but you didn't put them away when you were asked. Number 2, did these things please God? Well, I'm sure God couldn't be so happy if a parent, mom or dad or grandma or auntie or somebody who's an adult asked you to do something or not to do something and you did it anyway, or you didn't do it at all. That doesn't make God happy at all. Number 3, did Adam and Eve please God? Were they happy? No, they're not happy. So they couldn't have pleased God because they have very sad faces. And they said they should have done what God told them to do. That's what they said. So no, for number 3, they did not please God. Number 4, why should you try to please God in all you do? And I would say you should try and please God in all you do because that's what makes God happy. And we want to make God happy every day, all the time, because God takes care of us and we want to make sure that we're doing what He asks us to do and not do the things that He tells us not to do. Now, this says something to do. How do you know when something is bad? This one says, when it makes others sad. So if somebody is upset and not happy, you know it had to be a bad thing. This one says, when God says it's bad. That means when we read it in the Bible, the Bible, when we read it in the Bible, and that's what they have there, Bible. When we read it, God tells us what is good and what is bad. And so that's how we can know. And then this one says, when mother and father say it is bad. So when mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or auntie or uncle, even your big sister or your big brother, if they say, don't do that, that's not nice, then you shouldn't do that because it's not nice. If they say, if you do that, you're going to get a spanking, then you should not do it because you don't want to get a spanking. And then this one says, when you know that you should not do it, that means sometimes in ourself, inside of us, in our chest, or in our mind, or even in our belly, which you can't see on her, sometimes we get this feeling, I shouldn't do that. Or we'll say, I wonder if I should do that. And then we start to think about whether or not we should do it or we shouldn't. And then you get this feeling, that might not be good. I might get in trouble. Or that might hurt somebody. I don't want to hurt anybody. So these are ways that we can find out when something is bad. And I hope that my friends will do things that are kind. And they will do things that are right. Do we do all the right things all the time? We don't. We don't. We want to, but we have to practice each and every day to do what is right. To do what's right. That's why I always tell my friends, that's the end of our story, and I will see you tomorrow, and I want you to be good and be kind. That's why I always say that, because it's the right thing to do. And not just for you, but for me too. I got to point at myself. Me too. I've got to do what's right. And guess what? Your mommy has to do what's right. Daddy has to do what's right. Grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, cousin, friend, everybody needs to do what is right. Okay? Let's go over our song one time. One time, friends. The Bible. That's the book for me. I stand alone on the word of God. The Bible. Okay? And next time we might sing it 2 times. But you need to remember to be good and be kind. And I will see you the next time. On tomorrow, we will read another story coming from our book, Frogs. I will see you on tomorrow. Have a good day.